What's up, HVAC enthusiast of YouTube? It's Saturday, August the 17th here in Pineville, Louisiana. We're headed on a no-cool call. It's about 2:51 in the afternoon. And this is a repeat customer. I've been to this customer's house a couple times. He's got a Rheem system. Don't think it's a heat pump, but I could be wrong about that. I know it's an electric air handler, but I don't know if it's a heat pump, but we'll find out here in a little bit. And he called a few minutes ago and said it just wasn't cooling, and basically what it sounds like to me is, it sounds like that he might be low on charge, and if he is, we'll take out the old H10, we're gonna find that leak and get repaired. We're gonna repair it. If we can't repair it, we're gonna sell him a coil or an air handler or maybe a system, who knows. So I am headed that way. We're not far from the job, so we'll see what we run into when we get there. Okay, this is gonna make a really good video. I'm glad that this happened. When I pulled up and knocked on the customer's door, he was like, "Oh man, look, she kicked back on, it's cooling, don't even worry about it." I said, "No, I'm already here. Let's go ahead and check her out." Okay, guys, rookies getting into the trade, when you hear that, when you start running calls by yourself on the truck, and you get to a customer's house and they say, "Hey, it came back on, it's working fine, don't worry about it." Don't leave. Do not leave, because they will be calling back. Something happened. So come out here and check it, okay? Because I'm going to show y'all this Rheem right here. I've already found 3 things wrong with it, okay? The first thing is, you can't really see it that well, but that contactor is gone. It's gone. I mean, it's all pitted up. Another problem, this sucker's plugged up. Look how dirty this thing is. I mean, I'm gonna have to take the cage off of this thing, okay? Here's another issue. See the compressor? See that condensation? See how it's dry and then it turns wet? This thing got too much Freon in it, it's overcharged. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tear this sucker apart and we're gonna clean it. And then we'll fire it back up. But that's 3 things I found wrong. Now, had I told this man, "Oh, okay, good to go. All right, well, I'll see you later." We'd have been back over here later this afternoon or tomorrow. I mean, because look at that. I mean, that thing is overcharged. The compressor should never sweat like that. And then it's all plugged up. Either it's overcharged or because of this stopped up, condenser coil, that could be causing it too. And then the contactor's all pitted. So there's definitely an issue with this thing. So let's get to work. All right, we got the cage off of it, and you can see she's plugged. But we got an issue here. Look at there, guys. Boy, to me, that just looked like a big old run of oil. I think we got ourselves a little Freon leak out here. So we're gonna go get the H10 and see if we can get her to buzz. Okay, the H10 is just about done warming up. So I'm gonna set the camera down and balance it, and then I'll let y'all watch and see what we can find. Okay. Wow, guys, that's shocking. I don't know. He said he had the compressor replaced about 2 years ago, so I don't know if the old one blew its terminals and that caused this, but whew, I'm gonna soap bubble everything and see what that does. Okay, well, nothing on the bubbles shows me anything. I bubbled everything, and you know, I really trust that H10, and it's never done me wrong. You know, and I'm pretty good with finding stuff with the bubbles. I'm going to say that that happened from the compressor change out. And so I'm going to clean this thing up, and you see the gauge. It's got, according to the gauge, there's pressure in there. You can see it right there. It's full of pressure. So we're going to clean her up, check the charge when we're done, and do the best we can for him. Okay, well, she's definitely dirty. I'm going to start cleaning her up. And Steven sent me this about a month ago, maybe a little longer, and I never gave him a shout out, but I wanted you to know, Steven, I am using your brush, and I appreciate you sending it to me. And it's getting put to good use right now. See all that? Look at there. Oh yeah, look at that. Just like these corners. Look at that. Alright, well, I'm going to finish working on her, and just want to give a shout out to Steven. Thank you, my brother. Alright, we're getting ready to give the Rheem a bath with the coil gun. Let's talk about the coil gun for just a second. When I introduced this to all of y'all here on YouTube, everybody went out and got one. Zach bought one. Fritz bought one. Ray bought one. I think there's a couple other people that bought one that I haven't mentioned. Anyway, there's only one man that I know of that did not go buy one. And that would be you, Mr. Ralph from T&N Services. Mr. Ralph chose to stick with the pop-up sprayer. Mr. Ralph, come on, my friend. Well, the coil gun is the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody should have a coil gun, including you, Ralph. But hey, even though you stick with a pop-up sprayer, Ralph, I still love you, buddy. We're still friends, don't worry. So we're going to give this thing a good bath with the old coil gun. Alright, we got that stuff boiling out of there pretty good. Wash the inside too. So, we'll let that boil out of there, clean it, and then we'll change the contactor, put the cage back on it, and fire this baby up. Okay, she's all put back together. She's clean and pretty. We installed a new contactor. We got the testos hooked up on her. She come out real clean. What you see, the black stuff, is just stains. There's nothing I can do about that. So we're going to put the disconnect in and fire this sucker up. Not bad. Alright, so I'm going to let it run a few minutes, guys, and stabilize. And we'll see what our pressures are. Alright, y'all can see here we are definitely overcharged. See, the compressor is starting to sweat again already, and I just started it. This unit's running a TXV, and the target subcooling on these units I think is between 8 and 10, and we're at 24. And you can see we got that 70 suction pressure with a 10-degree superheat. This unit is way overcharged. So I'm going to go get my drum, and we're going to start recovering a little bit of Freon, because this thing's got way too much in it. I guess when they replaced this compressor, they overcharged it. Correction, guys. See, I'm not a super tech. Just like Ralph's video said, he's not a super tech, and neither are we. I made a mistake. This is a piston. This is not a TXV. I assumed it was a TXV because Rude and Rheem are famous for TXVs, and I thought when I came over here last time, I remembered TXV. Well, the compressor was sweating because it was overcharged. So I let some Freon out, and I didn't like the way my pressures were looking, so I went in the attic and I took the cover off the coil door just to verify, and it is a piston. This is a piston. So I have let too much out now. Our target superheat is 20. Our current superheat is a 60 suction 59 with 35 on the superheat, and that's not gonna cut it. So I'm gonna have to gas this thing back up, and you know, I can't charge the customer for that. It's my fault. I let too much out. Plus, I'm just gonna put back in what I took out anyway, because my jug was empty, my recovery jug. So I'm gonna gas him up, get him to close to that target of 20, and then this thing ought to be good to go. All right, y'all, I've got the superheat where I want it. Looking for 20, we're at 15, that's within 5. Compressor's not sweating, everything looks good. But look what else I found. I mean, it's been a non-stop thing with this unit. This compressor was changed out 2 years ago. I want y'all to look right here where it says run cap. What does that say? That says 60, okay? Well, here's the run cap that's on here. Let me zoom in for you. What does that say? 50. I mean, what the hell? I mean, you come in, you change this compressor, and it's right in your face that it calls for a damn 60, and you put a 50? I give up around here, I tell you, man. Man. So I'm gonna make sure I got a 60 on the truck. I don't keep a lot of 60s because 60 is pretty oddball around here, but you do see it every now and then. And if I'm not mistaken, I used my last 60 the other day, so if I don't have one, I'm just gonna let it go like this and I'll swing back by Monday. So we'll see. Well, we got some good news. I did have a 60. There you go, 60 plus 5. Here's the old 50 plus 5 that was on there. So I had a 60, we put it on there, and that's it. Now, I think I'm finally done. So we've pretty much rebuilt this whole unit. 2 years ago, somebody put a compressor in it. We found a bad contactor today. Not really so bad, but pitted. We found not a bad dual run capacitor, but a wrong sized dual run capacitor. So this thing is pretty, all the controls are new. New contactor, new compressor, new everything. I think the only thing that's original is the fan motor. The fan motor's still original and she's still kicking. So when I got to the door, and remember, the point of this video is, when I got to the door, the customer said, "Oh man, don't worry about it. It's back on and working." Okay. I said, "Yeah, buddy, that's fine, but I'm here. I already pulled up. Let me at least go take a peek." Well, good thing we came and take a peek, wasn't it? That's what I'm saying, guys. Even though you get to the door and the customer says, "Hey, everything's good, man, don't worry about it. It started working again." Say, okay, you know, even just be like, "Okay, that's great, you know, but while I'm here, why don't you just let me go make sure everything's okay and just take a quick peek." They're gonna let you. I mean, you're already there. You know, I mean, they already owe you a service call anyway for pulling up. So just say, "Look, you already owe me a service call. Just let me go take a peek. Let me make sure everything's okay." I told that to this guy. He had no problem with that. He was like, "Yeah, while you're here, go ahead." And I brought him out here after I shot this video and showed y'all. I showed him everything I found. And he's like, "Dude, get this thing working." So we cleaned it. We put a new contactor because the old one was pitted. We put a new dual run capacitor because the other one wasn't sized right, as you saw earlier. So the customer thought it was working, but chances are he would have been calling me back in a few hours or tomorrow. So that's it. We're done. It's fixed. It's cooling. Got the charge set. Oh yeah, and that's another thing we found. We found it overcharged. I forgot about that. Yeah, and of course, I made a mistake on my metering device, so I had to go correct myself on that, and I had to end up putting a little bit back in to get the superheat where it was supposed to be. So after we did that, got the superheat correct. She's charged good. She's running good and cooling. So I believe that's it for this one, guys, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Okay, guys, I'm pulling away from this customer's house. This is what I enjoy about my job. This is what makes me feel good. See that? That's 20 bucks, okay? I didn't want that 20 bucks. I tried to give it back to him. But that man insisted that I take that. He said, I know it's just 20. He paid me with a credit card for his bill. He said, look, I know 20 bucks ain't nothing, but he said, man, go buy you a burger tomorrow or buy you and your wife something. He said, man, you came out here and, you know, you took care of me. He said, just please take it. That's what I love about my job right there. And that's what I shoot for every day. That is a satisfied customer, and that's what all you guys should be shooting for every day, is a tip. Okay? That's a satisfied customer. I just thought I'd throw that in there.